Good afternoon and welcome to Chris Kelton Pool as for the final time this season the Pacific Tigers with a home game here as it's senior day, as the number 2 ranked Pacific Tigers will face the number 8 Long Beach State 49ers. Paul Meiskin's here along with former Pacific Water Polo All-American Pat Donlin. And Pat, the Tigers have the number 2 seed clinched for the upcoming MPSF tournament, but certainly want to end the regular season on a good note here this afternoon.
That's right, Paul. The Tigers finally getting over the California Golden Bear hump after taking the Bears to double overtime in previous tournament competition. The Tigers from Berkeley able to knock off the Bears 11-10 and come into today's match at 21-3 and 7-1 in the MPSF, locking up, as you said, Paul, the overall number 2 seed going into the conference tournament. Their only loss in conference at UCLA. The number 1 Bruins really handling the Tigers that afternoon. The 49ers entered today's matchup at 9-13 overall and 1-6 in the MPSF. And the 49ers snapped a 3-game losing skid against the Loyola Marymount Lions 10-9, keyed by some strong second half defense. They held the Lions to only 1 goal in the second half and a flurry of goals in the second half by the 49ers to get that lone MPSF victory. So 2 teams in a little bit different direction. The Tigers loaded with experience, senior day here at Chris Kelton Pool, and the 49ers a very young group. 3 of their top scorers either true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. The key is going to be Keegan Wicken, who is listed as out today, leading the 49ers this season with 33 goals for the campaign. They're going to look to Chandler Kaltenbach, a redshirt freshman with 24 goals, and Austin Stevenson with 23 on the season. Demetrios Lapis, the senior, with 20 goals on the season. In goal for the 49ers, Pavo Chapopio, a senior, averaging just about 9 goals against on the season, and also just about 9 saves on the season per game. Gavin Arroyo, the head coach of the 49ers in his 9th season, the 2007 campaign MPSF co-coach of the year, had the 49ers within a few seconds of an NCAA tournament berth in the MPSF championship game last year, fell to Stanford in a 9-8 thriller, and finished last year's season at 22-7. So Arroyo will look to his young group to come together, see how they deal with adversity, compete, and play hard in front of a great road crowd. At the other end of the pool, the Tigers at 21-3 and 7-1 in conference. Head coach James Graham is looking for his club to continue their championship habits and bring energy and tempo and try to put an early first quarter lead on the 49ers. And they're going to look to have to counter the Long Beach State experience, that the few veterans that Long Beach State has with that championship game experience from last season. The Tigers are going to have to come out, as I said, Paul, and bring energy and tempo and try to take control early. For the sprint, it will be Ben Stevenson for the Tigers to face off. Looking for a number identification for the 49ers. Sprinter to open today's match here. Beautiful day in Stockton.
Yeah, really couldn't ask for much better weather. Middle of November, really. You could wear shorts and T-shirts.
It's going to be number 10 to face off Chandler Kaltenbach for the opening sprint for the 49ers. The Tigers in their home blacks with orange trim, and the 49ers in their visiting white with black and gold trim.
And it'll be the Tigers that win the opening sprint, and we'll have first possession here to get us going. And you mentioned a flurry of goals for Long Beach State in the last game. Well, the Tigers in that 11-10 win at Cal scored 6 goals in the fourth quarter for the come-from-behind win.
Yeah, the Tigers finally able to solve the Cal riddle with that surge in the fourth quarter to take that late lead at Berkeley. The Tigers now on the board. Christian Laskovic, the left-hander, goes cross-cage, and on the Tigers' first possession, he finds a little bit of space to beat Chapopio. Tigers 1-0, 7:34 to play in the opening frame.
Yeah, Laskovich, one of several seniors honored before this afternoon's game. Now 41 goals on the season for the senior from Hungary as the Tigers capitalize on the opening possession and lead 1-0. When these two teams met back on September 6th, the Tigers came away with the 11-6 win. So Tigers would love a repeat of that performance here in the final MPSF game of the season.
49ers looking for some space, moving the ball around. Shot from the point. That's number 2. Austin Stevenson with the shot, saved by Moore. Long rebound back to the 49ers.
Yeah, Moore earlier this week was featured in Sports Illustrated. The faces in the crowd, so some nice recognition there from the senior from Santa Barbara as he gets the save there.
Chandler Kaltenbach looks to skip and sneak it in near side low. Moore, 2 hands on it, and corrals it with no rebound. Ball kind of comes out of his hand there looking for an outlet.
Yeah, the ball might be a little slippery, huh?
Petrovic, ordinary foul at the perimeter. Long cross-court pass to Laskovic.
Looking for Obert. And it's taken away by the 49ers.
Miocic there, able to corral the loose ball after Obert was pressured. Just looked to try to flip it back out to the perimeter now. The 49ers back to work.
Fujioka here on the near side. Throw it across pool.
Duncan Linda at center, completely surrounded by the dropping defense of the Tigers. No room for Linda as the 49ers shot high. Fujioka high over the crossbar.
Yeah, shot clock was down to 2, and the crowd chanting air ball. Really not a good shot. Petrovic gives it up and gets it right back. Tigers working around the perimeter. Petrovic.
Good help defense. Lapis coming down on the double team to take the ball away from Obert.
Yeah, we've seen many times this season here at Chris Kelton Polo teams doing their best to slow down Alex Obert.
Yeah, and the double team and the crash defense by most teams is what we've seen trying to neutralize Obert, the national team member for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're trying to force the Tigers to beat him from the outside and not right in front as that shot. Again, the 49ers shot to the near post and more there to smother it.
Fujioka, not a lot of angle there from the wing.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. That angle really, from that angle, and that's a bad mistake by the goalie. A good goalie like Brady Moore is going to save that more than 9 out of 10 times.
Petrovic now with space.
And a low shot looking for the
save.
far corner.
Saved by Chapopio. Rebound lands right in front of Alex Obert, who corrals it, and it looks like Austin Stevenson is being indicated as the player who's committed a 5-meter penalty foul. It'll be Petrovic looking to take it as the loose ball is floating near the goal line. So the Tigers with an opportunity to extend their lead. 4:46 to play first quarter. Tigers leading 1-0 here from Chris Kelton Pool. Just bad luck for the 49ers as Chapopio.
Yeah, good save.
Nice save.
Just right to Obert. And
saved by Chapopio. Guesses correctly.
yeah,
Nothing doing for Petrovic.
Yeah, low and to Chapopio's right, and a nice job there.
We've seen all season, Paul, the patience style from Petrovic, and that goal will not count. A push-off, offensive foul committed by Lindy. That's how he created some space there. The big fella makes the power move going back door. Nice one-timer, just too much push-off there.
And that shot off the post. Rebound this time able to be taken by the 49ers, so just 1-0.
Laskovic will be sent to the penalty box, called for holding in the counterattack. Man advantage opportunity for Long Beach State.
Yeah, the first 6-on-5 of the afternoon. 4 minutes in. Tigers leading 1-0.
Good ball movement by the 49ers, being patient. 49ers in the 4-2 formation. Cross-court pass, back up to Lapis.
And that shot.
Field block by Petrovic. Long rebound to the 49ers.
So
and the penalty is over.
Kind of everybody's standing around almost. And takes the shot and goes back, working it around the perimeter once again. Shot clock down, 2:11.
No room for Lindy as the Tigers finally just do not crash onto Lindy as he just had a little bit of daylight for a backhand and just split the triple team. Just a narrow window of daylight and time and space for Linda to throw a little backhand skip that goes just under the arm, stayed right on water level. So big sequence of events there, Paul. The Petrovic miss on the penalty shot, and Linda, who's able to convert his backhand and ties it at 1. 3:20 to play first quarter. And as I said, Paul, the patient style of Petrovic, getting up high, perhaps waiting for the goalie to commit to a side. The patience by Chapopio pays off as he stayed on his line, stayed on his legs, and made a nice lunging save to the low corner to keep the game at that point at 1-0. So Long Beach State ties it at 1. Substitutions for both squads. Save Chapopio as that ball into Devin Thumwood found a little bit of room, and a nice save by Chapopio as Thumwood was working with inside water.
Yeah, and in fact, after the missed penalty shot, then the foul at mid-pull gave the 49ers a 6-on-5, which the Tigers were able to defend, but rebound kept possession, and now the Tigers back in front. That's a nice long-range shot there from Petrovic.
Perfect placement by Petrovic. Not the fastest shot we've seen from him throw, but just perfectly placed to the corner. Tigers back out in front, 2-1. So good patience by the Tigers in the front court, with Petrovic finding a little bit of space.
Yeah, the upper 90 almost, to borrow a term from soccer. A nice touch shot there.
That's right. So the Tigers getting a little bit of rhythm now. Some inside-out game. They've had some opportunities inside, but nice to see for the Tigers to see Petrovic get on the board from distance.
His 39th goal on the year as the Tigers back in front 2-1.
Quick ball movement about the 49ers now as they look for some space, perhaps to go into center. Josh Tice at center.
Shot clock down to 4. Colton Bach goes over the head of Brady Moore, and it goes in, so we are back tied at 2.
Chandler Kaltenbach goes bunny over Brady Moore, and the look on Moore's face there, he wants to have that one back. I think he thought he was going to have a two-handed pull down. He saw it all the way. The right-hander from this near side wing right in front of us, Paul. Not a great angle as we've talked about, but enough pace on it that it gets through the hands of Moore and ties it at 2, just over 2 minutes to play first quarter.
Yeah, it almost looked like it went kind of off Moore's hand, off the underneath of the crossbar, and crossed the goal line to tie it up. So 2 minutes to go here in the first, tied at 2.
Crowd starting to come alive with a little UOP chant. 5 to shoot for the Tigers.
And that shot well over the top.
Thumwood not really balanced on his legs. A lot of shot blocking hands in front of Chapopio, and that ball goes well high.
So Colton Bach gives it up. His goal moments ago, tied it at 2, and now he will get it back.
Again, good passing from the 49ers, looking for ball movement, trying to create space for Tice at center, and they give it just a poor pass. Stevenson able to get in the passing lane, knock it away, and the Tigers are on the counterattack.
Yeah, almost falling back, lobbed it in front of goal. And
Stevenson now with some space. Nice save by Chapopio.
Yeah, he was up. Bunch of fakes before the shot finally on goal, and senior goalkeeper Chapopio with the save.
Yeah, so Stevenson, good play at both ends and forces Chapopio to make a save and knock it out of bounds and retain possession for the Tigers. And after good ball movement at the other end for the 49ers, just not able to put that pass to Tice on the money because Tice had room and some time to perhaps make a play, make a power move on net, instead turn over to the Tigers.
And there's a nice goal from...
Looks like Tim Reeves at center. His cap was dislodged with some heavy contact, but a backhand by Reeves. Looked like Chapopio may have gotten a piece of it, but puts the Tigers back out in front. 53 seconds to play, first quarter. Tigers 3, 49ers 2.
So we've seen Tigers with goals from Petrovic, Laskovitz, and now the sophomore Tim Reeves. As the Tigers go back in front 3-2 here in the final minute. Back and forth action here. Near side to Kaltenbach, as again, a lot of quick passes around the perimeter by the 49ers.
Yeah, the Tigers dropping all over center. Linda with not a lot of room there. And that shot from long distance. Fujioka testing Moore. Save to Moore. Ball out of bounds. Ball retained by the 49ers.
Yeah, shot clock and game clock now perfectly in sync.
So probably the last possession of the opening quarter. The 49ers in control here, looking for some space, trying to find Linda some room at center with quick ball movement. Draw the dropping Tigers out from center. Ball into Linda. Power move, and an exclusion is called. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Petrovic will be the excluded player. 49ers put it back in play, and it's Chandler Kaltenbach with his second of the goal and sneaks it in with just 3 seconds to play in the opening quarter. The 49ers converting quickly in just 2 seconds after the exclusion was called.
Yeah, really disappointing there. You had to know with 5 seconds they were going to try to do something real quick, and this was a little short pass to the near side, and Kaltenbach quickly fired it in the near post past Brady Moore. So Kaltenbach's second goal of the afternoon. And
Thumwood will take the final shot. Tip out to Chapopio, but that's the end of the first quarter where we're tied at 3 from Chris Keltson Pool.
We'll take a break and be back. This is Pacific Water Polo on the Pacific Digital Network. Welcome back to Chris Kelton Pool as we get set for the second quarter. Pacific Tigers and the Long Beach State 49ers tied at 3 after the goal in the final seconds by Kaltenbach 2 tied up.
To open up the second quarter sprint, it'll be Chandler Kaltenbach, number 10 for the 49ers against number 11, Devin Thumwood. Looking for first attack, and it'll be Thumwood who flips it to Stevenson to get it started.
Yeah, so once again, the Tigers win the sprint. And the Tigers have never trailed and not led by more than one, as every time the Tigers have scored, the 49ers have had an answer so far here this afternoon.
Each goalie so far with 4 saves to his credit.
And the Tigers, just like they did in the first quarter, capitalize on the opening possession of the second quarter as Ben Stevenson with a nice shot there.
Yeah, good placement by Stevenson. A low skip cross cage gets under the hand of Chipopio, puts the Tigers back out in front, 4-3 on their first attack.
Stevenson now 53 goals on the season, leads the way for the Tigers. And another goal there where more placement, more so than power, and it got by Chipopio.
49ers into their perimeter passing as the pass to Linda at center. Just off the mark, trying to step out to be able to face the goal in front, just off the fingertips of Linda. Turnover to the Tigers.
He really had some room there, and it's just unable to control it off his hand, slipped away.
Yeah, perhaps not quite ready for it. It looked like he was just getting on his legs to step out to receive that pass, and just off the fingertips. Tigers back to work.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Petrovic there looking with power, tests Chipopio, who saves it over the crossbar. Tigers retain possession.
Yeah, a lot of hands there. Got by him, and Chipopio with the save.
Tigers open the new possession with driving. Casey Fleming driving across the formation. Thumwood with space, field block, ball to the 49ers.
And he showed a little disappointment there after that. Shot was blocked, kind of punching the water.
Counterattack opportunity perhaps if the 49ers can push it.
And it's Kaltenbach with it here, already with 2 goals on the afternoon. And now that shot by Brady Moore.
Lovro Milocevic with an absolute fastball that beats Brady Moore. And we're tied back up at 4 here. 6:28 to play until the half. And as you said, Paul, every time the Tigers have gotten a goal to go back out in front in a very short sequence, the 49ers have found an answer. So, again, tied at 4, 6:28 to play until the half.
And we mentioned when these two teams met very early on in the season, it was the Tigers with the 11-6 win. Already have given up 4 goals here. Just over 10 minutes in. Or not quite 10 minutes in, I should say.
And just going back to the pregame comments by both coaches, Paul, the Tigers are bringing energy and tempo, just not a lot of execution right now. And credit the defense of Long Beach State. And in Gavin Arroyo's pregame comments, how do they deal with adversity as that save by Chipopio is recovered before it hits the goal line. So good hustle by Chipopio to save the possession for his squad. The blend of youth and experience for Long Beach State paying dividends right now, and they've responded to the adversity by answering each Tiger goal with a goal of their own. So a back-and-forth battle so far here from Chris Kelton Poole.
And that bad pass, and out, they're just going to leave it as the shot clock runs out.
Yeah, 3 seconds to go on the shot clock after the overpass near mid-pool, and the 49ers will just make a tactical retreat and dump it.
Thumwood with it. Now Stevenson, and Stevenson low corner past Chipopio, and the Tigers back in front.
And Stevenson with, again, good placement there. Chipopio looked like he was right in front, expecting it. The shot from Stevenson from about 5 or 6 meters out. So time to be able to read the shot, and through traffic beats Chipopio. Tigers again back out in front, 5-4. 5:18 to play till the half.
Yes, so Stevenson with 2 goals here in the second quarter. And the Tigers leading 5-4, 5:14 to go here in the first half. Stevenson now 54 goals on the season, as the 49ers working around the perimeter once again.
Tice for the 49ers, looking for space against Petrovic at center. The 49ers feed it into Tice, not looking for it. Turnover to the Tigers.
Yeah, and really 2 Tiger defenders there, along with Brady Moore coming out of the goal.
Yeah, heavy contact on Tice from Petrovic. Tice not really balanced there as that entry pass went in, and a trio of Tigers taking it away at center.
See if the Tigers can score on back-to-back possessions and take the first 2-goal lead of the afternoon. Shot clock down to 6 as they
an exclusion as the ball was fed into Sarmento for the Tigers, and a timeout will be called, and it looks like it'll be Fujioka called on the exclusion. Man advantage situation, the first of the afternoon for the Tigers as James Graham calls timeout.
Yeah, we haven't seen very many. The 49ers had just the 1 6-on-5 in the first quarter that the Tigers were able to defend, although after that they capitalized for a goal. And so now the Tigers with their first 6-on-5 leading 5-4.
Yeah, officially on the afternoon, I believe we're at 1 for 2 for the 49ers as the Tigers had killed that first penalty, came even and were patient on the possession and reset the front court and got that goal. And then just at the end of the first period,
3 seconds ago, they quickly scored.
That Chandler Kaltenbach was able to sneak it in past Moore. So 1 for 2 on the afternoon in the man advantage for the 49ers. The Tigers, as we just mentioned, their first 6-on-5 opportunity of the afternoon.
So Tigers, as we mentioned already, have clinched the number 2 seed in the MPSF. They could tie for the top spot if the Tigers win this afternoon and UCLA loses, although even if that happens, the Tigers would still be the number 2 seed in the tournament because of the head-to-head loss.
And UCLA has really shown that they are very deserving of the number 1 ranking as the Tigers visited Westwood and were handled by the Bruins. And
the Tigers here 6-on-5, trying to get a 2-goal lead for the first time this afternoon. Pass right in front and the tap in for the goal. So there's our first 2-goal lead of the game.
Stevenson to Obert for a greenie on the far side post as Stevenson goes on the cross-court pass to Obert at the post for just an absolute tap in. Obert had his defenders sealed off, and great passing sequence for the Tigers. Sucked the 49er defense out away from Obert as Stevenson attacked down towards the goal line, and the pass basically crossbar level and leads to an alley-oop goal for Obert on the 6-on-5. So the Tigers now with the first 2-goal lead of the afternoon.
And Stevenson continues an outstanding second quarter here. He's had 2 goals and then a nice assist there, setting up Obert for the easy goal. So the Tigers leading 6-4, 4:04 to go here in the first half.
Linda battling at center against Sarmento.
Yeah, Linda just came back in after that goal. He's been battling in center all afternoon.
Just no room as he steps out, and just as I say, no room, the threading the needle pass from Lapis to Linda as he stepped out, and the quick release by Linda makes it a 6-5 game. As Linda was able to step out quickly, face the goal, and put a nice shot, well placed past Moore, and we're back to a 1-goal margin, 6-5 Tigers.
So after the Tigers goal to get the 2-goal lead, Linda came back in, scores the goal, and now he will head back out.
So great production there from Linda as he was guarded heavily, a lot of contact from Sarmento. As an exclusion is called, Tigers back to the man advantage.
Tigers are able to capitalize on their last 6-on-5, see if they can do so once again here.
Austin Stevenson, the excluded player.
And that shot deflected on its way towards goal, but gets by Chapopio.
Kale Ai on the goal, and just bad luck for Chapopio. Puts the Tigers back out in front. The field block deflection just too close in front of Chapopio with that change of direction, and it really handcuffed him as it looked like he had it measured on the original release, and it just gets up over his elbow and handcuffed him. So the Tigers again back out in front. 3:10 to play till the half.
So IE his 11th goal on the season. We've seen a lot of responses back and forth. Once one team scores, the other team counters. And looking for the far post there is Kaltenbach. His shot goes well wide.
And that's the shot to take, go cross cage. But you at least have to make the goalie make a play on it, as that was going wide the entire way. Saito fouled on the perimeter to Stevenson.
Stevenson gets it back, gives it up.
Sarmento, not a lot of room at center. Guarded heavily, as that pass is just in too close to the body of Sarmento, and it's taken away. Looked like Lee Griffin of the 49ers was the center defender there. Turnover to the 49ers with Lapis controlling, looking for options.
And kind of signaled with his hand for somebody to swim towards goal. And that shot skips wide.
Direct shot after the foul. Capos taking the direct shot after the ordinary foul from beyond 5 meters. Saved by Brady Moore. So the ball will stay with Long Beach State as JT Sarmento's cap is replaced. Was knocked off after heavy contact at the other end. So short shifts for the centers of Long Beach State, as we've seen Tice and Linda basically going back and forth at every opportunity for Gavin Arroyo to substitute his centers.
They've been trying to get it to their centers, so trying to keep them as fresh as possible.
Tice and Petrovic doing battle at center. Chandler Kaltenbach now with the shot, but it's waved off on the offensive foul. Turnover to the Tigers.
1:40 to go here in the first half. Tigers leading 7-5. Final home game of the MPSF season. Stevenson. We'll get it back, and now over to Petrovic. Now, right in front, there's another nice pass for a goal.
And that all came off of a unique formation there for the Tigers, with IE on the near side post and Sarmento on the far post. And the hard attack ball fake by Thumbwood drew a double team near the goal line and found IE with a little bit of space going up for the Greenie, who puts it away. And the Tigers now extending their lead to 3, the largest lead of the afternoon, 8-5. Just 1:22 to play until the half. So nice passing sequence there from Thumbwood, and getting the formation play with the double post, feeding it into IE, who had a lot of room for being right in front.
And so IE his second goal of the second quarter, and it's a 3-goal lead for the Tigers, as you mentioned, for the first time this afternoon. 1:04 to go here in the first half. And that pass looking for Linda, taken away.
Linda quickly double and triple team there. Not a lot of time and space for him to operate as the ball is taken away. Petrovic to Laskovic. Sarmento looking for space at center.
Shot clock down to 3, and off the crossbar. Rebound will be chased down by the 49ers. So shot clock is off, 25 seconds to go here in the first half. The 49ers are able to score in the final seconds of the first quarter. And they certainly would like to try to find a goal here for some momentum into halftime, but a whistle, and now.
And some physical play. Looks like it'll be a simultaneous exclusion here. It'll be Fujioka for the 49ers and Thumbwood of Pacific. So quite a sequence here. A yellow card assigned to James Graham of the Tigers And a tangle up between Thumbwood and Fujioka leads to a double exclusion, some extracurricular activity there as they got physical after the offensive foul committed by the 49ers. So quite a sequence here. And a timeout called by James Graham. So a lot of whistles here in short succession here. Just 7 seconds to play until the half. The Tigers put the ball back in play. More to Saito.
4 to go in the half. And that shot goes just wide, so that should do it for the first half. As that long-range shot from Japopo knocked away by Brady Morris. So after a half of play, the Pacific Tigers leading the Long Beach State 49ers 8-5. We'll take a break and be back with the second half. This is Pacific Water Polo on the Pacific Dead Zone Network. Welcome back to Chris Kelton Pool as we get set for the second half. Paul Meiskens along with former Pacific Water Polo All-American Pat Donlin. Glad you could join us on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, senior day here in Stockton. Tigers leading 8-5 after a half of play.
Saves so far on the afternoon. Chapopio with 7, more for the Tigers with 5, and 4 2-goal scorers on the afternoon so far. For the 49ers, Linda and Chandler Kaltenbach, each with 2. And for the Tigers, IE and Stevenson with 2, as the Tigers open up the second half by winning the sprint.
Yeah, IE and Stevenson both scored 2 goals each in that second quarter. And after the Tigers won the sprint in each of the first 2 quarters and were able to capitalize, they're a bad pass, and so they won't capitalize on the first possession of the third quarter.
49ers back to work after the turnover by Pacific. Each team with a little bit of success on the man advantage situation. For the Tigers, 2 for 3 on 6-on-5. Long Beach State 1 for 3.
That long-range shot fortunate for the Tigers there off the post.
Moore with just getting a piece, and it goes post out on that shot from distance. Moore looking for an outlet. Goes long to Fleming. Obert at center for the Tigers, guarded by Griffin. Obert with some room now. Ordinary foul at center. Petrovic will take the free throw.
Back to Laskovic.
Nice field block on the attempt from Stevenson by Troy Kaltenbach of the 49ers. Field block turnover, ball to the 49ers. Griffin with it. To Lapis.
As they work it around the perimeter once again. Linda in center. And that pass looking for Linda, knocked away.
Just no room for Linda as he was surrounded by Tiger defenders, including Moore coming off of his line to take it away. And Stevenson now with it on the counterattack.
Stevenson.
Obert now.
That's a great save there by Chapopio.
Yeah, and that all came from Obert being physical with Linda in the backcourt as that long pass looking for Troy Kaltenbach on the near side wing. Goes too long.
Now the quick outlet.
So some turnover opportunities now on a counterattack. Laskovic with time.
And
just tried the lob and no touch on it. And James Graham flipping his cap as Laskovic waves his hand knowing that he did not put a good lob effort. Chapopio had it covered all the way. And now a timeout called after that long sequence of counterattacks and turnovers. A little bit of sloppy play to open up the second half. So Gavin Arroyo will look to slow it down and settle his squad down and try to trim the lead.
Yeah, I like the idea was there, and it just
the execution was.
He tried to lob it, and it ended up being a line drive right to Chapopio.
Yeah, he really didn't get the height on it. And from where we sit, looking right behind Laskovic at the angle that he was looking at, he had all kinds of options from that 3-on-2 advantage on the counterattack, and just it was, like you said, Paul, it was a good idea, just did not get the height on it nor the placement. I don't even think that ball would have crossed the line. It looked like at best it would have hit the post and perhaps landed short. Credit Chapopio, he had it covered and recovered it there. So the teams will break the huddle after the 49er timeout with 5:36 to play, third quarter. Tigers leading 8-5, and we'll see what the 49ers have drawn up to try to trim that lead. So, as we said, a little sloppy sequence of events, turnovers, poor passing, and poor shot selection from both squads to open up the second half.
And they're still looking for Linda's cap.
And it looks like Linda will be substituted Tice will come back in. And a long sequence there for Tice, the big fella at center. Physical play as the Tigers are looking to try to make him work for every meter up and down the pool. So a nice compliment for Arroyo to be able to have two big fellas that he can sub very frequently and keep his guys fresh at center with the heavy defense at center by Petrovic and the drop defense employed by James Graham. So a driving and passing sequence here for the 49ers and an either inside 2 meters or a push-off call indicated by the far side official. Turnover to the Tigers.
So remains 8-5. It's about 3 minutes into the third quarter. Neither side has scored yet here in the second half. Although certainly both sides have had some opportunities.
A lot of contact from Sarmento and Milosevic at center. Each man looking for some space. And a ball undercalled as Devin Thumwood is triple teamed. Counterattack to the 49ers. Arroyo looking for his guys, gesturing for them to press the attack. And in frustration as they don't capitalize on an opportunity that he saw perhaps to get the ball to a man up pool.
Shot clock under 10. And there from a tough angle is Kaltenbach, able to get the rebound. Closely guarded in the corner. James Graham's pulling out his...
Yeah, poor foul by Stevenson there at the goal line. Kaltenbach with no room, pressed up against the end line and fouls and bails out Kaltenbach.
Saw Kaltenbach had 2 goals in the first quarter, has been quiet since.
Nice entry pass and an offensive foul holding the side there by Tice.
Yeah, we've seen that called a couple times on the 49ers centers.
And it might take something special to be able to thread the needle on a pass and for a 49er center to get some space. We've seen the quick release by Linda, and that's created some opportunities for the 49ers, but they have been called on some offensive fouls.
As Saito takes that direct shot, and it's easily saved by Chapopio.
Yeah, in too close to the body of Chapopio as Saito let it go and covered all the way. No problem for Chapopio.
Hey, he almost saved that with his chest. So there's a nice entry pass in the center. Tried to tip it in and off the woodwork once again.
Yeah, just unlucky for Griffin as the 49ers had it set up. Nice entry pass into Griffin, and it just goes off the bar as there was some room for Griffin on the Greeny opportunity. Now Petrovic with some time.
Yeah.
He'll be fouled and double teamed, and just as the help arrives from Chandler Kaltenbach.
And that shot saved by Chapopio over the top.
Yeah, a long high rebound over the backup netting. Possession retained by the Tigers. Nice save by Chapopio on the fastball by Petrovic on the free throw direct shot beyond 5 meters. So reset of the shot clock. 3:04 to play. Third quarter here from Chris Kelton Pool. Tigers lead 8-5.
A little surprised we haven't seen a goal.
It's been a tight third quarter so far here from both squads, and not a few legitimate scoring opportunities, just not the finishing touch by either side. Sarmento now with some room and can't finish as there's heavy pressure as the 49ers perhaps have advantage out of the backcourt. Chandler Kaltenbach now with it.
Tigers defense gets back.
12 to shoot for the 49ers.
And that's a nice pass. And
nice shot and quick release by Lapis there, but a field block in front by the Tigers as IE will look to advance it near mid-pool.
And he's got all sorts of room still with it, is IE.
Sarmento with some room now.
And the pass in the center.
And it looks like it's going to be an exclusion to Griffin for a hold under protest. And a quick release shot by Saito. And a save by Chapopio really bails out the 49ers as Arroyo will call timeout and slow things down. So a quick sequence of events and just poor execution by the Tigers.
Yeah, let me ask you, Pat. You like that quick shot there by Saito?
It's a good idea. Just shoot the ball high instead of skipping. Chapopio had it read to the near side low corner. If you're going to beat the goalie, it's got to be high. And Chapopio, playing the percentages, covers his low side corner and stuffs Saito there. So you just have to give credit to Chapopio for covering that low side corner. And you have to make the goalie go high. And Saito did Chapopio a favor by trying to skip low. And a nice sequence there to bail out the 49ers.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a tough angle, although
as the lefty, you should be able to finish from there. So James Graham a little bit frustrated with his squad, can't execute on their opportunity. As Sarmento was able to draw an exclusion, the help defense arrived for the 49ers. An exclusion called by the near side official, but the Tigers cannot convert. So the lead remains at 3.
Yeah, scoreless third quarter so far, just over 6 minutes in.
Yeah, just a lot of sloppiness and poor execution, some poor shot selection, some nice saves, some nice field blocks, some nice help defense to keep this third quarter scoreless so far.
That was 3-3 after a quarter of play. Then the Tigers with 5 goals in the second quarter to lead 8-5 at halftime, and it's still 8-5, 1:59 to go here in the third quarter.
26 seconds on the shot clock for the 49ers as they'll put it back in play. Austin Stevenson will go to Lapis to put the ball in play.
Linda back in center. See if they can find a way to get him the ball.
12 to shoot for the 49ers. No room for Linda. And that shot
skipped wide.
Out of bounds. Yeah, it perhaps incorrectly initially indicated by the far side official. So both teams allowed to recover there. Correct call to hold the ball after the pointing the wrong direction initially. So now Obert now not able to find the handle with inside water. Heavy contact from behind from Linda, and pressure from Kapos causes the turnover. 49ers with a counterattack opportunity. Heavy contact, and that's going to be an exclusion call for a foul to the head against Obert. That's the correct call, as Austin Stevenson took heavy contact above the neck. So 6-on-5 to the 49ers.
Well, just over a minute to go. See if the 49ers can capitalize here on the 6-on-5. And
field block, no threat. Shot from distance. Looked like it came out of the hand of Kapos from the point 6 meters out or so. No rebound, ball to the Tigers, and they kill the penalty.
So 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Still an 8-5 Tigers lead. Shot clock under 10. And finally our first goal of the third quarter.
A nice little two-man game there as IE creates a little give-and-go opportunity for himself, going back and forth with Laskovic, and the toughest man to guard is the guy who's moving. So IE, quick pass to Laskovic on the near side, took 3 aggressive strokes in, posts up, and a quick release. Beats Chapopio. Tigers now with their largest lead of the afternoon of 4, 9-5 for Pacific. Now just 31 seconds to play, third quarter. So a nice little give and go play from IE, Laskovic, and back to IE. So IE now with a hat trick on the afternoon.
Yeah, he had 2 goals in the second quarter, and now the first goal of the third quarter here. And 3 goals on the afternoon for IE as the 49ers here with 10 seconds to go. Pass into center.
Ordinary foul called. Linda to take the free throw. 5 to shoot.
And that shot is blocked on its way towards goal, and that'll do it for the third quarter, as Moore will just throw it towards the opposite goal. So after 3 quarters of play, after the lone goal of the third quarter by Kyle IE, Tigers lead 9-5. We'll be back. This is Pacific Water Polo on the Pacific Digital Network. Welcome back to Chris Kelton Polo as we head to the fourth quarter here on Senior Day. Tigers in front 9-5. Just a one goal in the third quarter scored by IE with about 30 seconds to go. Nearly a scoreless quarter. So
yeah, nice give and go play set up with IE to Laskovic, back to IE as the only goal, as you mentioned, Paul, of the third period. It'll be number 17, Jacob Fujioka, for the 49ers to swim off to open the fourth. And it looks like, as we're looking through some glare at this end of the pool, it'll be Casey Fleming for the Tigers who will win.
Yeah, so the Tigers have won the opening sprint of all four quarters. They were able to capitalize in the first two with goals before a turnover on the first possession of the second half. Beautiful afternoon here in Stockton as the Tigers look to finish the MPSF season 8-1 in league play, and less than 8 minutes away from doing so as that long-range shot off the post. Left-handed shot from Laskovic.
Going back to that goal by IE, Paul, his first career hat trick for the Tigers. So all set up by some nice movement without the ball as Fujioka creates room, and that's a really nice goal. Great individual effort by Fujioka as he creates inside water by turning Laskovic and then beats the double team as Fleming arrived and goes bunny over the head of Moore. So nice finesse move by Fujioka, spinning to the outside, getting inside of Laskovic, and really staying on his legs, kept his shoulders up, protected the ball, kept it away from Laskovic, who really had to show hands or else he's going to get called for a penalty. So 9-6 now the score. 7 minutes to play, fourth quarter.
Tigers with that near center pull. Shot clock now under 10.
Petrovic from long distance. Easy field block there from Griffin. Read it all the way, and a counterattack opportunity just too far.
Yeah, a bit fortunate there. That really looked like that was going to be a great pass, and it just skipped a little too far, and Moore came out and got it.
Just a game of inches there as Petrovic now finds some space in front on the feed from Stevenson. So an opportunity lost at one end creates the counterattack for the Tigers as Stevenson found Petrovic with inside water. Puts the Tigers back out in front by 4.
Yeah, probably an inch or two away from a goal to cut it to a 2-goal game, and instead, a little too long, it skips away, and all of a sudden, Tigers quickly the other way, and it's a 4-goal lead once again.
Yeah, that long feed just out of the reach of Lapis, who had some room to perhaps split a double team in front, create a inside water opportunity off of the counterattack. Instead goes the other way, so the Tigers able to execute their counterattack opportunity. 49ers back to work in the front court. 17 to shoot.
So after just one goal in the third quarter, we've seen a couple goals here quickly in the fourth.
7 to shoot for the 49ers after a sequence of perimeter passes. Long cross-court pass, easily taken away by Stevenson.
Yeah, that goal by Petrovic was his second of the afternoon. He now has 40 goals on the season.
Nice long outlet from Moore to Fleming. The Tigers now with an opportunity in front.
Yeah, Linda trailing the play, and the Tigers able to capitalize.
And that's a nice counterattack by bringing all their men forward out of the backcourt with Petrovic, the last man up, who's able to finish from about 5 meters out. So really no chance for Chapopio as the Tigers able to continue to press the attack and create space to finish for Petrovic. So Petrovic extends the lead, now the largest of the afternoon, of 5 for the Tigers. 5:43 to play in regulation.
And so Petrovic now with the hat trick. He joins IE with a game-high 3 goals. After that goal, mass substitutions by the 49ers.
Yeah, and for both squads, a long...
Alexander Petrovic excluded for the Tigers, and timeout called by Long Beach State.
Pre-planned play, something that they've probably already drawn up and now just telling them what to execute.
Yeah, at this point of the season, probably everybody knows the plays. Just a matter of which one are we going to do.
That's right. The 49ers will open up in the traditional 4-2 formation and open up with an early sequence of passes.
They have Linda back in there at center. And working around the perimeter, looking for room to get off a shot. And that shot looking for the far side, knocked away by Moore. Rebound chased down by the Tigers.
Stevenson corralled it just before it hit the end line. Otherwise, the ball would have been retained by the 49ers. Fleming with it, near side, looking for Obert. Obert looks to establish position at center. Fleming drives across the formation. Entry pass to Obert, an exclusion. Kapos will be excluded. Timeout called by James Graham. So good patience by the Tigers, allowing Obert to establish position at center as the ball was fed in, and Kapos goes over the top of Obert for the exclusion call. 4:32 to play remaining here from Chris Kelton Pool. The Tigers in command right now, 5-goal lead, 11-6. As we said, with an opportunity to really salt this game away, Paul, if they can get an insurance goal and increase the margin.
Yeah, you would think, especially if they can find a way to run off some time here and score a goal, make it an even bigger lead with just 4 minutes to go. Perhaps we'll see some players here in the final few minutes that we haven't seen much of this season since it is senior day. The Tigers before the game honored several players, honoring Brady Moore, Zach Paxton, Laskovich, Obert, Fleming, McCaig, and Johanna, all honored here in their final home game here at Chris Kelton Pool. 4:30 to go. Tigers with these 6-on-5 here.
Tigers open up with some motion. Stevenson with room. Big ball fake to Saito.
And now the top, and now Stevenson, and that shot.
Yeah, just poor shot selection there, because one more pass to Thumbwood. He was all by himself, and now a counterattack to Long Beach State. So Stevenson skips it over the bar. One more pass might have set up a nice quick release shot from Thumbwood there at the 2-meter line, as that ball is taken away by Obert. Not a lot of room for Linda there, trying to operate at center.
And at this point, really the Tigers will be in no rush.
Yeah, long outlet to Saito from Moore. And the Tigers now at this point have to look at taking all the time off of each possession. 10 to shoot for the Tigers. Petrovic now. Save Chapopio. Reads it all the way. Nice save by Chapopio. Gets two hands on it and smothers it.
Yeah, really at this point, unless you have a very high percentage scoring opportunity, you want to run it down to at least under 10 on the shot clock.
Which they did. The shot came at 8 seconds on the possession, so good patience by the Tigers.
Yeah, not only that, but it was a very good scoring opportunity as well. As
Number 2, Alexander Petrovic with the exclusion.
Petrovic with the exclusion, and so 6-on-5 here for the 49ers.
Petrovic, to note there, Paul, his third major foul of the afternoon, so he has fouled out for the remainder of this afternoon's contest.
Under 3 minutes ago as that shot partly saved and hits the woodwork once again. So,
yeah, just a lot of shot blocking arms in front. And Laskovic brings it up with patience.
yeah, patience is very good where there definitely no rush, although
As Saito tries to force it into Obert early in the shot clock, the Tigers definitely could have taken some more time off of the game clock with that turnover.
and the pass to Linda in center blocked.
Linda fouled in pursuit of the rebound. Shot clock reset for the 49ers.
2:15 to go here. Tigers in front, 11-6. Yes. The
49ers showing off their passing skills. They've really been good passers this afternoon as Griffin finds some space, and he buries it past Moore to make it 11-7. Just 2 minutes to play here in the fourth.
That went off of somebody on its way towards goal. So Lee Griffin, the sophomore from Bellevue, Washington, with his first goal of the afternoon. And once again, we see mass substitutions by the 49ers.
And the 49ers there, as I mentioned, Paul, they've kept the ball dry, good ball movement, good crisp passing from the perimeter as they look to try to find room at center with good crisp passing, keeping the Tiger defense moving and on their heels, keeping the ball dry. Lesson for all young players watching out there. Good passing, good ball movement, and ball control as the Tigers operating in the front court. Thumbwood with it to Stevenson.
And the Niners trying to find a way to knock it away, and now the Tigers a chance here, and there's a goal.
Kale Ai with his fourth of the afternoon skips near side, or excuse me, to his near side, our far side from where we sit. But he goes skip high corner for his fourth of the afternoon. So nice production from Kale Ai.
So, yeah, just 10 goals on the season before today, and now 4 goals on the afternoon. 2 goals in the second quarter, a goal in the third, and now 1 here in the fourth. I.e. a match-high 4 goals as the Tigers lead 12-7 with 1:37 to go. And now we see some substitutions by the Tigers.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be for the Tigers coming in to the net in relief of Brady Moore. Zach Paxton will come in. So Moore, a well-earned round of applause in his final match, the senior here at Chris Keltson Pool.
And Paxton getting to see a minute or so of playing time, his final home game as well, as he was honored before the game. As the 49ers working around the perimeter here.
8 to shoot for Long Beach State.
And nice pass down low and a goal.
That's Tice, who was able to step out, kept the ball dry on the feed in after that sequence of perimeter passing. So Tice will step out, Linda back in. So the short shift pattern there for Gavin Arroyo, keeping his centers fresh, knowing that his centers were going to really have to work for everything right in front of the goal. So Tice with a nice goal in front, able to step out, face the goal, and finish, and makes the game 12-8. Just over a minute to play here, fourth quarter.
Also in the game for the Tigers is senior Mitchell Johanna. See if Tigers find a way to maybe get Johanna a shot.
Matt McCaig also in, possessing the ball for the Tigers, a senior. And an offensive foul called.
49 seconds to go. Tigers on their way to improving to 22-3 overall and 8-1 in MPSF play.
So one last sequence here for the 49ers, probably their last offensive possession of the afternoon.
Once again, they go into center, and that pass goes right to the Tigers.
Just no room for Linda as he was completely smothered and corralled. And his shot under duress is taken by Paxson, who will sit on it as the Tigers will spread the pool. 10 seconds here as the clock in its final countdown will run off. The Tigers, as you said, Paul, will move to 22-3, 8-1 in the MPSF as the final horn sounds. The Long Beach State 49ers will fall to 9-14 overall, 1-7 in the league. And a good contest here. A couple of moments where there was some pretty water polo from both sides. A couple of moments where maybe some fatigue set in, got a little sloppy, little helter-skelter there. And the game really finally settled down into a comfortable 12-8 victory for the Tigers.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise. 4 goals coming from IE. Just had 10 goals on the season and gets his first hat trick and one here this afternoon. Stevenson, a pair of goals. Petrovic with a hat trick as well. So good spread scoring for the Tigers here this afternoon.
That's right, good balance scoring, as you said, Paul. Several multiple goal scorers on the afternoon. And as you said, Kali IE with his first career hat trick and then added one for good measure. So a career high 4 on the afternoon. And when you get a player like IE who entering today's game with just 10 on the season and gets good production with 4, nice balanced scoring, and we'll see if the Tigers can be able to count on him going forward into the MPSF tournament.
Yeah, and then the 49ers were led by 2 goals each by Kaltenbach and Linda, but those goals came early on. The Tigers really shut those 2 guys down the rest of the way, as the Tigers did not allow a goal in the 3rd quarter, and then a few goals there kind of in late garbage time in the 4th, as the Tigers get the 12-8 win here this afternoon. So the Tigers now will head down to Southern California for the MPSF Championship next week. You can follow that on PacificTigers.com, and then hopefully after that, the Tigers will look to make a run at the NCAA Championship the first weekend in December down in Southern California as well. So, Pat, the Tigers certainly have to like their chances once again to maybe have a repeat of 2013 and maybe finish the job this time.
That's right, Paul. A couple of things, of course, for James Graham to clean up. As we said, a couple of moments where they looked really good, a couple of moments where they were a little sloppy, some poor shot selection, maybe one more pass, maybe seeing the whole play, being a little impatient. We'll see how that leads into the rest of the postseason here, as the Tigers will enter the MPSF tournament as the number 2 seed, second only to the UCLA Bruins, the number 1 team in the country and undefeated in MPSF play. So hopefully the Tigers, by securing that number 2 seed, will give themselves the best path possible to an MPSF championship game rematch with the Bruins. So from Chris Kelton Pool, Pat Donald along with Paul Meiskens, you've been watching Pacific Men's Water Polo on the Pacific Digital Network.